Hey guys, Matt here, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So in this final video of how to learn notes on the guitar, I'm going to talk to you about the octave method to help you unlock more of the fretboard across all of the strings. So let's get into it. Okay, so having learned the 6th string and the 5th string in the previous 2 videos, we can now start to unlock more of the fretboard across the other strings just using the knowledge that we now have across these 2 strings. And this is a really cool little trick for when you want to find notes across the fretboard, whether you're playing scales, chords, you need to find particular notes. We can do that by using these 2 strings. And this is using the method of octaves. It's a really cool way to unlock the fretboard. Don't forget, in order to understand this, you need to know these strings really well. We'll just stick to the natural notes that we did in the first video of this little series, and we'll start nice and easy with A. So if you remember where A was on string 6, fret number 5. What we can now do is we can now find where A is on string number 4 using this octave method. And it's really simple. All we have to do is we just go along 2 frets and then go down 2 strings, which will take you to string 4. So this little pattern, which we call an octave, will help you find where A is on the 4th string. So here's A on string 6, and here's A on string number 4. So without even having to go through the 4th string like we did these 2 strings in the first video, you've instantly found where A is on string 4 just from knowing your 6th string. Remember, for this method, you're skipping a string and you're going along 2 frets when we're talking about string 6. Let's check out some other notes. So let's go to F on string 6. Go along 2 frets, down 2 strings to string 4, and there's F on string number 4. Exactly the same pattern. Do one more on string 6, okay? Let's say we want to find B on the 4th string. If we know where B is on string 6, which is here on the 7th fret, you can instantly find B on the 4th string, again, using that exact same pattern. So here's B on the 6th string. Go across 2 frets, down 2 strings to the 4th string, and there you have B on the 4th string. And we can use that exact same method on the 5th string as well. So again, this really relies upon you knowing the 5th string inside out. Let's go to D on string 5. So that's the 5th fret for D on the 5th string. Now we can find D on the 3rd string using that exact same method. So here's D. Go along 2 frets and down 2 strings, which will take you to the 3rd string on the 7th fret. And that note is D. It's exactly the same. Let's do B on the 5th string in the same sort of way that we did B on the 6th string to find B on the 4th. So here's B on string number 5. And here's B on the 3rd string. Go down 2 strings, go along 2 frets. So there, we've actually found where B is on the 3rd string. You've also found B on the 4th string. I'll go through those 2 again, right? So you've got B here on the 7th fret. There's B on the 4th string. Here's B on string 5. And here's B on the 3rd string. And we've been able to do all of that just from knowing the 6th string and the 5th string. Now, this moves us nicely onto the 2nd string. A little bit more complicated to work out the 2nd string, but we'll go through it nice and slowly. Let's go back to one of the notes that we found previously on the 6th string, F on fret number 1, and then F on fret number 3 of the 4th string. So again, you're going along 2 frets and then jumping 2 strings. There's your F. Now, to find notes on the 2nd string, we need that 4th string as a reference. So if I put my first finger now, where the F is there on the 4th string fret 3, what we're now going to do to find the notes on the 2nd string, you're going to jump across by 3 frets now, still string skipping, so you've got the 4th and we're working out the 2nd string here, but it's the distance that changes slightly here. So here's F on the 4th string. We know that because we knew where F was on the 6th string, and here's F on the 2nd string. So it's the same sort of method, it's using this octave method, but the distance is just a little bit further. So here's F again, and here's F on the 2nd string. In order to get to the second string, you're going to be routing it back all the way back to the 6th string. So you've got F here on the 6th, there's F on the 4th. We're going to use that now as a reference to now find F on the 2nd string. Let's find F on the 3rd string using the 5th string as a reference. So again, there was F on string number 5 that we learned in the first lesson of this series. Fret number 8. There's F on the 3rd string. So now we've actually found F across all of the strings other than the 1st, but don't forget the 1st string is the same as the 6th string. So anything you find on string 6 will obviously just be exactly the same. So you can almost sort of forget about the 1st string for the moment. Let's do F across all of the strings. So F, there's F on the 4th string. Let's go to F on the 5th string, which was here, fret number 8. There's F on the 3rd string. Let's go to F on the 4th string, because we found it earlier from doing string 6. And that will help us to find F on the 2nd string. So hopefully you can see there, this method really starts to unlock the fretboard. Let's not forget about string number 1 this time. So there's F on the 3rd string, exactly the same as string number 6. So you haven't got to really think about it too much if you know string number 6 already. What I would recommend beyond that is once you've found a group of notes like we just did there in F, is actually then just go one string at a time. So you go F here, then go to F on string number 5. Then go to F on string number 4. Try and visualize where it was from before, which is here. If you really have to, you can quickly sort of map it out again like we've been doing, but if you can sort of visualize where F was here, you should be able to sort of visualize where F is on the 4th string. Then go to the 3rd string. If you remember where it was on the 5th string, which was here on fret number 8, you can visualize that gap to the 3rd string, which is now here. Again, if you can't remember, just map it out real quick with your 1st finger and 3rd, and you can sort of replace that finger if you like. Okay, then we've got F on the 2nd string. Again, if you can't remember, route it back to the 6th string. There was F on the 4th string, and then we've got that wider gap to get to the 2nd string, which is here. And then we've got F on string number 1. I'm just going to blast through all of those F notes across each string real quickly for you. All right, and there we go. So that's how we can use the octave method to help us unlock more of the fretboard. I highly recommend, experimenting with this and just, exploring all the different notes. Ultimately, you want to be able to find every single note. But like I did in the first lesson, focus on the natural notes first, because they're the easiest ones to kind of pinpoint. And then you can start to find all of the in-between notes. Well, there we have it, guys. I hope you found this little series on how to learn notes on the fretboard useful. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for notifications on all my upcoming videos. I've been Matt Mallory, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.